It's been a weekend full of protests over the death of George Floyd. Unfortunately, some protesters turned violent and many have been arrested this weekend. Joining us to talk about this is Mike Jaafar, Chief of Operations at the Wayne County Sheriff's Office. Thank you so much for being here this morning, Mike.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Now, the Sheriff's Office has pretty much been in standby mode all weekend long. Tell us how you're monitoring the situation.
So we're in constant contact with the Detroit Police Department, my counterparts over there. We have our guys on standby. We have activated the special response team, and they are also on standby. My road patrol and all the officers that work the roads. Kudos to DPD. They've been doing a phenomenal job, but we are definitely on guard, and we are ready to deploy if needed.
There are protests scheduled in Detroit again for a third night, a third day of protests. What are you expecting tonight?
Watching the police chief Craig, I concur with his sentiment. We're all about protests, peaceful. We're also citizens, just like everyone else. I'm all about freedom of speech, but let's keep it clean. There's no logic behind destroying police cars or attempting to injure a police officer. We as police officers are members of this community, and we feel the same way you do. I was livid and baffled by the conduct of the Minneapolis police officers. It's unfortunate that this day and age, this type of conduct still happens, but I can assure you that majority, if not all, of logical police officers in this country are totally against the conduct of this officer. We have a high emphasis on community relations. Sheriff Napoleon has been a police officer for over 40 years. We have a phenomenal relationship with the community. We can back that up with our colleagues in the community. And it's unfortunate that it's gotten this far. I will say that Detroit police have done a phenomenal job.
Mm-hmm. Mike, I want to say that it seems as though it's the protesters and then you have law enforcement, but you're one of the many voices out there speaking for law enforcement saying, hey, guys, we get it. We feel the same outrage. Is that something you want our viewers to take away?
Without question. I mean, look, I coach Little League football. I coach soccer. I have kids. I'm part of the community, just like the other chiefs and the other police officers are. What I will say is that conduct we have zero tolerance for. I'd like to say on the record that it's a management issue when you have an individual like the gentleman in Minneapolis police that get away with that type of conduct. In my opinion, I don't believe that officer, that was his first time. This time he just got caught. Someone got him on camera. This is 2020. There is zero tolerance for this type of conduct. And yes, I do want that to be taken away. That law enforcement in general. Mm-hmm. I've been talking to my colleagues since this has happened. We all feel the same way. We are baffled by the conduct of this officer.
Mm-hmm. All right. Thank you so much, Mike Jaafar, for joining us this morning.